Before watching this video, please subscribe this channel and click on bell icon to get the notifications for the upcoming classes.
In this session, I want to explain the working of vapor compression refrigeration system, VCRS, that is vapor compression refrigeration system. So the main advantage of this system as compared to the air refrigeration system, in air refrigeration system, air is used as a refrigerant. So air cannot undergo any phase change during the refrigeration process. But here in vapor compression refrigeration system, special refrigerants are used as a refrigerating medium. So the speciality of these refrigerants compared to the air, so these refrigerants undergoes phase changes, and because of their phase changes they extract more heat as compared to the air which is used in the air refrigeration system. So as these refrigerants abstract more heat, they have the capacity to produce more refrigeration effect for the given volume. So here another important point, in the main components of the vapor compression refrigeration system are the evaporator, compressor, condenser, expansion valve. So normally it is like that in the air, just like as a air refrigeration system. So here in the air refrigeration system, air is used as a refrigerant, but here the vapor from the evaporator, the refrigerant vapor from the evaporator enters into the compressor. So here it is compressed adiabatically to higher pressures. So this higher pressure, here the work required for the compression is supplied from external source of energy. So in the compressor, the vapor refrigerant compressed to higher pressure, so as its temperature also increased. So from this compressor, high pressure vapor and high temperature vapor enters into the compressor, so where it is cooled to lower temperature. So here during the condensation, this high pressure vapor is converted into high pressure liquid. High pressure vapor from the compressor is converted into high pressure liquid in the condenser. So from this high pressure liquid is expanded through the expansion valve. So during the expansion valve, throttling process is accompanied, as enthalpy before and after the expansion remains same. So throttling expansion here. So this liquid, high pressure liquid, is converted into low pressure liquid. So this low pressure, low temperature liquid enters into the evaporator. So here this low pressure liquid expanded by absorbing latent heat, by absorbing heat from the products which are stored inside the evaporator. This low pressure liquid low temperature liquid becomes as a vapor by absorbing latent heat from the products which are cooled inside the vapor. So then the low pressure vapor enters into the compressor. The cycle is repeated. So there are different cycles usual for the vapor compression refrigeration system. The basic cycle for any, that is the Carnot vapor refrigeration system, Carnot VCRS, vapor compression refrigeration system. Here, so this is the Carnot refrigeration system. So for the Carnot refrigeration cycle, the COP of the Carnot cycle is equal to T2 by T1 minus T2. So it operates between these two temperatures. This is the compression, this is the condensation, this is the expansion, this is the evaporation. So for this, the COP of the Carnot vapor compression refrigeration cycle is the T2 by T1 minus T2. So now I want to explain the standard vapor compression refrigeration system. Standard vapor compression refrigeration cycle. Here this is the TS diagram and pH diagram. So for the refrigeration cycle, so those are explained with the help of pH, pressure enthalpy diagram, and temperature entropy diagram. Here the process 1-2 represents the asentropic compression, so which is accomplished in a compressor, which is completed in a compressor here. So as it is the, as 1-2 is the asentropic compression, neither heat supplied to the system nor rejected from the system. So the work of compression, the work required to compress the low pressure vapor is taken from the external source. So because of this work done on the system from 1-2 for the compression, the enthalpies are changed. Enthalpies are changed from H1 to H2. Here you can pH diagram. This enthalpy changes from H1 to, this is H1 to H2. So as the external work is used to carry the compression, the enthalpy changed from H1 to H2. So here the work of compression is equal to, you can calculate that work of compression is equal to change in enthalpy, that is H2 minus H1, that is the change in enthalpy. So here from 2 to 3 process, condensation process, this high pressure, high temperature, because of the compression, the low pressure vapor converted into high pressure vapor, converted into high pressure vapor, high temperature vapor. So this high pressure, high temperature vapor is undergone condensation process. The condensation process, here the condenser, the cooling medium, that is water or air, may be circulated through the coils used to cool the refrigerant, high pressure, high temperature vapor into the liquid, high pressure liquid. During the 2-3 process, this high pressure, high temperature refrigerants converted into high pressure liquid. Here high pressure liquid, here pressure is not changed during this, so high pressure liquid. So this high pressure liquid is again sent to the expansion valve, that is the throttling process. During this process, so 3 to 4 is the throttling process. During the process, so enthalpy is not changed, that is H3 is equal to H4. Enthalpy is not changed during this process. Here another important point here, so some heat is rejected. So as the cooling medium is provided here, so in order to reject the high temperature liquid, high pressure, high temperature liquid is converted into high pressure, so low temperature liquid, some heat is rejected during 2-3 process. So heat is rejected during the 2-3 process, that is the condensation by external cooling medium. So from 3 to 4, throttling expansion. During this expansion, so H3 is equal to H4. Throttling expansion, H3 is equal to, enthalpy remains constant during this process. Only this high pressure liquid is throttled to low pressure liquid. High pressure liquid is allowed through a small orifice, it is converted into low pressure liquid. Of course, some part of the liquid is converted into vapor. That's why maximum in the state of liquid, but some mixture is formed at the end of this expansion valve. So this low pressure, low temperature liquid mixture enters into the vapor during this process 4-1. This is evaporation. So liquid refrigerant. During this low pressure liquid enters into the evaporation chamber. Here this liquid, low pressure liquid absorbs heat. So here absorbs heat from the products to be cooled. That is the actual products are placed inside the evaporator. So products to be cooled, heat from the products to be cooled are absorbed from this session 421. That's why this is the refrigerating effect. So heat absorbed is because of this heat absorption, enthalpy is once again changed from 4 to 1 here. So enthalpies are changed here from H4 to H1. So this is the refrigeration effect. So refrigeration effect is equal to enthalpy change H1 minus H4. Actually H1 minus H4. The enthalpy change during the heat absorption is equal to H1 minus H4. Of course, this is the liquid here from condition 2. Condition 3 is as a liquid, high pressure liquid at this pressure. So it is converted into low pressure liquid. That's why as both the conditions are liquid, the enthalpy of fluid is same for this and this. So that's why H4 enthalpies are remains constant for condition 3 and 4. That's why H4 is written as a HF3 as the condition of refrigerant here 3 and 4 in liquid form. That's why H4 is equal to HF3 as the 3-4 process follows the throttling process. That is, this refrigerating effect modified as a H1 minus HF3. As you know that COP of the VCRS system is normally refrigerating effect by work done. So work done on compression. So is the refrigerating effect is the N is equal to H1 minus HF3. So work done during the compression is H2 minus H1. This is the work done during the compression, that is the enthalpy change H2 minus H1. Here the refrigeration effect H1 minus H4. So you can directly replacing the N by W H1 minus HF3 by H2 minus H1. So this is the COP of the vapor compression refrigeration system. Vapor compression refrigeration system is equal to H1 minus HF3 by H2 minus H1. This is the refrigerating effect produced. This is the work done during the compression.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe this channel and click on bell icon to get the notifications for the upcoming classes. And share this